Hello and welcome to ComedySportz for our Friday lunchtime live stream fun. Hello everyone on the group chat already. We are going to have another lovely afternoon of laughter for you, and we'll just introduce our players now. On the blue team, we have Lucas Kirkby. On the red team, we have Lucas Kirkby.
Hello.
Hello. I wrote that down.
Hello.
Hello. So on the blue team, that means we have Daluti.
Woo!
Sorry, Rachel K. Muffin, for making you jump. And on the red team captain, it's Kate McCabe.
Oh, heck, I'm a captain. What?
And that means the blue team captain can only be Chris Tavener.
Hello.
So we're going to start with our first game in a minute. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. We are doing this from our homes straight into your homes. Everything is completely improvised. We're going to make it up from your suggestions. I'm going to come to you for suggestions in a second. Obviously, these shows are free, but if you enjoy them and you would like to donate, you can. We'll put a link in the chat on how you can do that in a second. But first of all, we need to decide which game we're going to start with. So we need to decide which team is going to start. So we're going to have to do a coin toss. So Chris and Kate, you're our captains today. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So we're going to start with a ref challenge. That ref challenge is highest number. Kate, you're going to start. Can you give me a number?
9.
9. It's a good solid number. Chris, can you think of a higher number?
7. No!
No! Kate, that means you get to decide. You get to decide the opening game for this afternoon's match. So, what would you like to play as our opening head-to-head?
I would like to play Beastie Rap, ref.
Beastie Rap. Excellent. Right. You sit there and I'll explain the game and get the suggestions. So, we are going to take it to the streets. I mean, we can't, and you should stay inside, but this game is going to take it to the streets. The game of Beastie Rap. I'm going to need some one-word suggestions from you, like cat or dog, something like that. So if you want to start throwing those into the chat now, and I'll explain the game. So we're going to... Kate, you won the opening coin toss, so we'll start with you as well. So it'll go, Kate will set up a rhyme, and like the Beastie Boys of old, because our references are very new, she will then throw that rhyme to her partner, and Lucas will have to complete it for her. We'll then alternate between the teams, and when they run out of rhymes, or they fall off the meter, or I just get bored, I will send them out and a new player will take over. So we've got some good ones there. We've got some more that I'm definitely going to come back to later. But just because I've not actually had breakfast or lunch yet, I'm going to go with the suggestion of cake from Rachel K. Muffins. So cake to start. Teams, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay.
And I'll start for the blue team.
Yes. Off you go. Ha, 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 ho.
It's my birthday. I ate
Cake.
Boom, tch, boom, boom, tch.
Then I swam across a
Cake.
Boom, tch, boom, boom, tch.
But to make the cake, I
Bake.
Boom, tch, boom, boom, tch.
Then I had a real hot.
Cake.
We already had cake.
Oh,
The blue team
epic fail.
have to. That is the most epic fail. We are indeed enjoying some lag today. So what else have we got? So let's, Kate, you stay on.
okay.
So you're going to start the rhymes this time, and let's go with goat from Andrew Richardson. Goat. Dalu, off you go. Ho, 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 ho.
Took an animal on the boat. It was a
Goat.
Boom, tch, boom, boom, tch.
Around my castle there is a
Moat.
Boom, tch, boom, boom, tch.
leave it there because we don't like to get
Float.
Sure. Boom, tch, boom, boom, tch.
I don't sink 'cause I
Float.
Boom, tch, boom, boom, tch.
but we want to.
No,
No.
there's only so often I'm going to let you get away with that. I'm telling you, it was the lag.
MC vague.
Kate, we're going to rotate. So Lucas starts. Chris, you're back in for the blue team.
Yeah.
Let's get.
Save us, Chris.
I got some really good. What else? Ooh, yeah. It's not a one-syllable word, but it did come in and it did catch my eye. We're going to go with bunny. Bunny. And Lucas, you can start. Off you go. Ha, 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 ho.
From my hat, I pulled out a
Buddy!
Dum.
It is not raining. It is.
Pouring.
No, that went horribly, horribly wrong.
I blame a little bit of internet lag on my behalf for that.
Fair enough. I think that's the end of the game. That went well, didn't it?
I think it's probably the
Yay.
right thing to do.
I think it's the right thing to do. So that means these scores are coming up on your screen right now. For the magic of computers, the red team have 3 points. The blue team have none, and they are sad about that. Oh, red team captain Kate, you won that
Yeah.
resoundingly. Would you like to play or pass?
I would like to play.
Excellent. So we're just going to get rid of the blue team. Bye, blue team.
Bye, Blues.
What would you like to play, Kate?
I think we should start with a classic, the game of replay.
Classic game of replay. Excellent. Right. Well, I'll explain the game. So from our video chats, we're going to need a couple of things for you. First of all, we're going to need a suggestion to start the scene, and then we're going to need a few other things from you. So we're going to need a type of film, a genre of film like Western or film noir. We're going to need a type of theatre like musical or pantomime. And we're also going to need a number between 1 and 20. So first of all, we just need a suggestion to start the scene. So let's get a geographical location. So a place that you might go if you were allowed outside. And whilst those are just coming in, getting some really good suggestions already, definitely liking those. Seeing we've got a few more people joining us from all over the world as well. Hello, people from all over the world. Whilst our suggestions come in, Kate, let's filter. What have you been doing this week?
Oh, heck. You know what? I've gotten a little bit better at cooking than I thought I'd be, just because of the sheer need to do it. I've played some chess, and I started a new video game. That's pretty significant, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Lucas, what have you been doing?
So I was filming a new YouTube series where I sit down with somebody and we watch a Disney film, and I needed to edit it all. So this is like the perfect time to just sit down and power through hours of boring video editing.
Excellent. Well, there we go. Right, we've got a few suggestions come in now. Oh, I quite like that one because I miss it. That is a very good one. But we're going to
Sunshine.
The seaside. The seaside is our opening suggestion. So what's going to happen is the red team are going to do a 1-minute scene at the seaside, and then we're going to throw on all of those other suggestions. So 1 minute. Your time starts now.
The seagull ate my chips, Stephen.
Marjorie, I've told you you've got to keep them close to your chest. If you have it out in any kind of, perimeter, they'll bloody snatch them up.
Well, what are you going to do about it? It's flown over the sea. Run into the sea. Get my chips.
Right, this is a situation that requires my special crossbow. Hang on.
Always with the crossbow, Stephen. That's your answer for everything.
Well, it solves a lot of problems, you see. If I go swimming around trying to get it, I won't catch it. But if I find which one, shoot it.
Oh, I'll crossbow our taxes. I'll crossbow our marriage. All the time.
Well, if you don't want your chips back, I'm not going to do it.
I'll do it myself.
Wait, no, you can't swim.
I'm drowning.
Oh, wait, let me get my crossbow.
Blub, 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 blub.
Oh, too late.
That is the game. So that is the first scene. So we're now going to see that scene replayed as a so it was already kind of that. A horror. We're going to see it replayed as a horror. So, team, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, off you go.
Oh no! So many seagulls all around us. It's like they're trying to kill us and take our chips. Stephen, help!
I think this is time for me to get my crossbow.
Oh, please. The last time you used the crossbow, it solved so many of our problems. It stopped all those nightmares I was having. Get the crossbow, Stephen.
I have it here. This has been my creation for the past 25 years. And now it's alive. It's alive.
I swear, I think you're more crossbow than man, Stephen. Please, go after them.
I won't. I do not want to go into the murky depths of the water.
Then I'll have to follow it myself. It's almost like I'm programmed to do it.
No. This is the culmination of my obsession, and it's all backfired, and she's died.
Oh no, also a shark. Oh, no.
Well, there we go. So we've seen that scene replayed as a horror. We're now going to see it replayed as if you are all 8 years old. 8 years old. There we go. That's what the number was for. Off you go.
Stephen. Please get the seagull back. I need to go back and play Animal Crossing.
Well, I've got this really cool thing. It's the crossbow, right? And you can just like shoot people with it and like be really naughty.
Oh, really? Can I see your crossbow? I need it to figure out my baby taxes.
Yeah, I bet you want one of these, don't you? I bet your mum didn't get you a crossbow.
I do want a crossbow. All my mom lets me have is Nerf. Give it here.
No, that's mine, give it back, Oh!
Oh no, I pulled it so far out of your hands that I'm in the sea. Oh, my water wings are doing nothing.
Na, 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 you're in the sea.
I weed myself. Blah, blah,
There
blah.
we go. So we've now seen that scene replayed as a horror.
I don't remember what it's like to be 8.
No, we knew when you had an incredibly deep voice. We've seen it replayed as a horror. We've seen it replayed as if they were 8 years old. And finally, we're going to see it replayed as a theatre style. There was one back in the chat that I really liked, and that was a pantomime. So we're going to see that scene replayed as a pantomime. Off you go.
Something stole my chips, but I can't see where they are.
Do you know who it was, boys and girls? Oh, I forgot the theatre's empty due to self-isolation. I think it's behind you.
What?
If you're just going to pause, if you're at home, we can't see or hear you do this, but do feel free to join in with all of the audience participation. Off you go.
Where is it, boys and girls? You're right, it's behind you. Now
I tell you what, you're all gonna get chips. Everyone, chips. Get him in the back. Chips for everyone.
Now I tell you what, I'm gonna go and get my special crossbow, but I need us to all sing the special crossbow song.
Oh,
So
no,
everybody
you don't.
after 3. Oh, yes, I do. Here we go. Crossbow, crossbow, it's gonna shoot the seagull. Crossbow, crossbow, and I'm a little bit evil. Come on, everyone. Crossbow, crossbow, we're gonna shoot the seagull. Crossbow, crossbow, and I'm a little bit evil. Well done, everyone.
Well, it's time for me to go to the sea. Shall I?
Yeah.
Okay, I will then. Thanks, everyone. Blah, 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 blah.
End of Act 1.
There we go. The weirdest pantomime you'll see all year. So that was the red team audience. Keep that in your mind. You'll be getting to vote on it soon. But Chris, having just heard and seen all of that madness, what are you going to play to compete?
I did hear it and see it. We're going to play the game, me and Darlu, the game of New Choice.
Then a game of New Choice. Excellent. Right. Well, you just sit there and I will get some suggestions. So for this game of New Choice, let's get a suggestion of something that makes you go, ooh. So something that makes you go, ooh, that isn't getting shot by a crossbow. Things that make you go, ooh. And I will explain the game whilst we get our suggestions in. This game of New Choice, we're going to see a scene from the blue team. At any point, however, I can blow my whistle and get them to change what they've just said if I don't like it, if I want to hear something different. So, Chris, just as an example, how have you been? What have you been up to while self-isolating?
Well, I have been doing calisthenics.
New Choice.
I have been redecorating the entire house using my saliva.
New Choice. Don't do that.
Okay. I've been learning how to cook with a single sheet of toilet roll.
Oh, well, you should have words with Kate. She's been learning to cook this week as well. So we have got some excellent suggestions come in now. I'm just going to read out some of them. We're not going to use all of them, but I'm going to read out some of my favorites. So things that make you go, ooh. We've had saucy calendars, but it's a family-friendly show, so we won't be doing that one. Chris, someone said your wallpapers made someone go, ooh. And someone really likes gravy. But I'm going to go with one I saw very early on. Mystery books. Mystery books make you go, ooh. So, blue team, off you go.
I would be delighted if you would publish my mystery novel. Do you think it's any good?
The thing is, I've tried to read it. I've tried to interpret it, but it's very, very complicated. It's very mysterious.
Mysterious, you say?
Mm.
I think it's quite straightforward myself.
I didn't know whether it was someone being murdered on a village, in a tribe. You didn't define the characters.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I should have done a bit more on that. I mean, what do you think? Maybe if I'd made the character a police chief.
New choice.
Maybe if I'd made the character the mayor.
New choice.
Maybe if I'd made the character a person. Yeah, I made them just a concept, so I understand. Sort of like I was taking ennui as my interpretation.
Yeah, I think you went a bit too far there. So, as your publicist, I'd like for you to bring it back in a little bit.
New choice, Dalu.
I'd like for you to just go out there extreme, capture the complexity and really, really intensify it.
New choice, Dalu.
Just need to calm down. I don't think writing's for you.
Down!
New reaction, Chris.
Calm down.
New reaction, Chris.
Of course, calm down. Why did I not think of that? I am now very calm, therefore a good novelist.
Yoganista. That is what I think your new forte should be. Now, page 42. Can we discuss it?
New suggestion, Dalu.
We need to discuss your relationship with your partner. As your publicist, I don't think it's appropriate that you should be with your wife.
New choice, Dalu.
I don't think it's appropriate that you walk your rabbit.
Listen, I have to come up with some excuse to be allowed to exercise more than once a day, okay?
Silly me.
New reaction, Dalu.
No, it's animal cruelty. Animal cruelty. We're not.
There you go. That is Dalu has spoken. It is animal cruelty to look after your pets. So that was the game of New Choice. Hello, Sally, Chris's real wife, who I know is watching this. Dalu didn't mean it. So, audience, we now need you to vote for the team that entertained you more. Was it the blue team with the game of New Choice? Or was it the red team with the game of Replay? So vote now. And in the meantime, our players will do their best pleading faces. Kate, that is not a pleading face. That looks like you're having a difficult a difficult time in the bathroom.
I ate a Lego.
Chris has got Bagpuss by popular demand.
Popular demand.
Oh.
And by the way, if you're wondering about the status of my relationship, try pattern matching wallpaper like this together. That tests any relationship.
Well, we've got scores coming in, and Sir Moore's going to walk her rabbit, but it looks like red, some blues, but it's looking increasingly like it's a red win.
All right.
It is 5 points to the red team.
Nice job, Lucas.
Nice job, Katie.
So, red team, what are you going to play in the middle head-to-head?
Ooh, the middle head-to-head. Is there a ref challenge, or shall I call it?
We should. I just realized what time it is. We're going to skip that. We're just going to play another game. So,
Okay, so a scene game.
yeah, because we're all lagging. So,
Okay. I want to play, because I'm eager to play this. I want to play Petacucha.
Cool, excellent. Well, you set yourselves up. Goodbye, blue team. We'll say goodbye to you for now. And we just going to go to the chat for our suggestion. So let's get a topic that Kate and Lucas are now going to be experts in, that they can deliver a sort of slideshow, a kind of TED talk for us. So something that they can be an expert in, that maybe you want to learn something about this week. I know a lot of people stuck at home this week have been learning languages, they've been learning about history. So something you want to learn about right now. And because we're having some technical issues today with some quite long lag, we'll just fill whilst we wait for suggestions to come in. So, Lucas, would you like to sing us a very quick song?
Yes. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
No limits?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, you'll be glad to know, everyone, that we now have our suggestions coming in. So we've got some excellent suggestions. Yogurt straining, being well. I think Lucas. Lucas could do that in his own time. Bread making, wine tasting. Oh, I like this one. Andrew Richardson. That's a bit too real, that one. We're going to go with Swedish fish. We're going to go Swedish fish. So what's going to happen?
We have those over here, the candies.
They're whatever you want. It's an American candy, isn't it?
It is. I bet you that's an American suggestion. Hello, American.
No.
So we're going to it's whatever you want it to be. You're going to explain all about Swedish fish. In a second, you're going to see a screen pop up with some slides, and these slides are going to be part of the presentation. So, Kate, you can start with Swedish fish.
Swedish fish are a very popular part of the movie-going experience. Recently at the box office, the Lego Movie was a film that brought millions of people to the theaters, and that really drove up the sales of Swedish fish candies.
That's right. And since people have been buying these fish from Sweden, people have wanted to draw them in many different ways using pencils, such as depicted on the screen.
But there arose a problem with SpongeBob because there were so many fish that were being labeled that looked like SpongeBob fish, you know, the bit players. Anyway, everyone took the protest straight to SpongeBob's house, which, as we know, was a pineapple under the sea.
And of course, people in offices worldwide have been sat at their desks. They've been drawing up plans of how we can get these Swedish fish on the market.
Ideas is what they wrote in the pavement, which was not probably the best way to get their message across, just broadly writing the word ideas.
Better is to have a light bulb pop up on the top of your head. And the idea that they had was that, I mean,
many ideas. So many people, the whole community.
Creates together. And that's what it is, collaborative creation of Swedish fish.
Swedish fish have benefited from a camouflaged approach.
That's right. They've used these pastel highlighter colours to camouflage behind bits of coral to escape the capture of fish poachers.
Indeed, many people have tried to sketch them, but they are now unable to be seen or recognized. Hence, sketch pads remain virtually empty.
Begin your fish hunting with a coffee. If you are not energized, you can't go out there and you can't catch those lovely fish from Sweden.
And if there's one thing we want you to take away from today, is that this world of communication is a hot mess, and children must lead the way. They will pick up the pieces for our Swedish fish future.
Well, with that message of hope, we bring the game to a close. I hope you've learned something about Swedish fish. I'm not entirely sure I did, but there we go. So keep that in your minds, audience, as we go back to the blue team. Hello, blue team.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. So you've just seen the game of Pechakucha. What are you going to do to compete against that?
Well, we want the audience out there. They must have like all kinds of things they want advice on. So me and Darlo are going to do the game of advice panel.
Advice panel. Excellent. Brilliant. So we need Andrew Richardson, thank you for those lovely Swedish fish emojis in the chat. But we are going to play the game of advice panel. So start thinking about, again, things you want the answers to. Maybe you're stuck at home, you need some advice, you need some things to do. So questions, burning questions that you want the answers to, any advice that you want to get from our blue team today. So if you can start typing those into the chat, we'll start posing them to our experts. But first of all, let's meet the experts. So first of all, Chris, if you would like to introduce yourself.
My name is Zargon, and I have traveled from the future.
Oh, Zargon, it is nice to meet you from the future. And Dali, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Oh, hiya, I'm Kimmy, the really excited person from Brooklyn. That's me.
So we already have a few things coming in. The first one is not so much a question as a statement, but I'm going to pose it to you anyway.
Just put a question mark on the end.
Yeah, I'm going to put a question mark on the end. Warts. And we're We're gonna get you to start, Zargon.
And the question is just what?
Yes.
I believe at this period of history that I've traveled back to, that is a question people are answering quite often. But don't worry, there's a press conference from the glorious global leader. Oh, wait, he's not global leader yet. I've said too much.
Oh, well, that's ominous. And Kimmy from Brooklyn, warts?
Did you say warts or watts?
Warts.
Warts. So I was with my boyfriend and he, what are we gonna have for dinner? I was like, we're gonna have some chicken, right? And he's like, what? And I'm like, no, that's not how you say it, babe. It's what? Not what? What? So anyway, if you got a wart, you got to ice.
Well, thank you. I'm sure that has helped. I hope it's helped. Got some fantastic questions coming in. So here's a couple more. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if it had arms like 4? We're gonna go to Zargon. You're gonna tell us.
Well, a woodchucker would chuck a lot of wood if he could chuck wood, woodchuck, chuck 4, woodchuck, chuck, woodchuck 4. But then I said too much.
Thank you, Zargon. And Kimmy, same question.
You got to ask, why on earth is he cutting wood? I mean, ain't he got anything better else to do in the day? I mean, all day cutting wood. Who's chopping? Who is chopping?
Well,
Ask yourself.
that is a good question. Not entirely sure we'll ever know the answer. We've got time for a couple more questions. So let's go to
Ask.
what should I do with all of this extra milk I brought? Kimmy, we'll start with you. What should I do with all this extra milk that I've bought?
Oh, you bought some milk. Was it Alpro? Was it soya? Was it almond? Was it almond? See, we need to know. You can't be just coming here and talking about I need to know where that milk has come from. Okay? Okay. But I here at Tesco got a 2-for-1 deal. Sammy skin.
Right, thank you for that. The answer is to go out and buy more milk. So Zargon, what should I do with all this extra milk we bought?
You have done very wise to have a lot of milk. Freeze it, keep it, maintain it. Because of course there will come a time when milk will be the only way of bartering for medication and other essential goods after the lacto wars of 20. Oh, I've said too much.
All right, and we have one final question that we'd like to pose. Sarah Moore would like to know, should she let her dog on the trampoline? We'll start again with Kimmy.
Girl, you heard the song. You heard the song. I said, the dogs out. Who? You, girl. You need to let the dog out. You need to let that little critter on the trampoline. Who?
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Kimmy. And finally, Zargon. Should Sarah Moore let her dog on the trampoline?
My goodness, I tell you with the utmost authority, no, don't even consider it, because it will bounce and it will bounce and it will learn how to bounce and then end up in orbit. It will come in contact with alien creatures who will give it utmost intelligence, and it will return and become the vice president to World President Johnson, but is the real power behind the throne. And then we will all be slaves to Vice President Fido. But I've said too much.
There we go. So the game of advice panel. So there you go, Sarah. If you let your dog out onto the trampoline, it will end up eventually ruling the world. So keep those games in your mind. We are going to get you to vote for who entertained you more that round. So was it the red team? Type in red if you think it was the red team with Petra Kucha, or was it the blue team with advice panel? Get your votes coming in now. And I'll just take the time. I'll fill the time this time. Just to remind you that we're doing these shows for free, but if you would like to donate, you can. We're enjoying doing these shows because we don't have much else to do right now, and it stops us going mad, although as you can see, we are going slightly mad. But if you would like to donate and help, all of the money will go straight to our players who are self-employed, and if you've been watching the news, they're not getting anything until June.
You're all limited companies as well, every single one.
So every little helps. But like I say, we're doing this because it's fun, and we want to keep you entertained and give you something to watch and do at home. But if you would like to donate, you can. We will post the link in the chat, and the scores are coming in. We have... it seems pretty evenly split. Keep the votes coming in.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
They are entertained almost evenly, to the point where I will actually have to do some maths.
Quick maths.
Both of those games were very educational. I'd also like to point out that we learned quite a lot in the TED Talk and in the advice panel. This should be like a tax-deductible donation if you want to donate, because it's educational.
Oh, it is very close, but again, it is just the red team.
Lucas, high five!
Oh wait, people are changing their votes to blue. So because they can, so it is the blue team now. The blue team. Some votes came in right at the end, so votes to the blue team, which changes the score. 8-5. I mean, red team, you are still winning.
You know what? I bet you there's a lot of circumstances right now where people wish they could have changed their votes.
Yes. So it is time for our final game. There's the scores. The scores are 8 to the Reds, 5 to the Blues.
I retract my high five.
And so as you won that just in the last seconds, those last votes came in as I was announcing. Chris, blue team captain, what would you like to play for the final game?
We're going to play the game of Bad Movie.
Game of Bad Movie. Excellent. Right, prepare yourselves. I'll explain the game. If you've been watching our live shows, we've already played this a couple of times already. We'd love it if you join in. We won't be able to hear you, but we'd love you to do it anyway. So this is a joke-based game, finally. And what's going to happen is our players are going to say something along the lines of, I saw a really bad movie about your suggestion. And then you're all going to shout out, how
bad was it?
So I'll shout that out. Anyone at home wants to join in can. How bad was it? We need your job titles. So give us some job titles. So a job maybe you want to do, or if you could. We've got some coming in already. Fantastic. So let's say a suggestion was doctor. It would be, I saw a really bad movie about doctors last night. And
how bad was it?
And I would say it was so bad, I ran out of patience. And then I'll tally up the scores. With my fancy, highly technical pen and paper. And we'll see which team gets the final points. So we've got some jobs coming in now. We're going to go with this one came in first, so we'll start with this. Taxidermist, a really bad movie about a taxidermist.
I
Hey.
saw a really bad movie about taxidermists the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, I went after I'd been to an all-you-can-eat buffet. I was stuffed.
I saw a really bad movie about taxidermists the other day.
How bad was it?
Oh, I totally glossed over. I left completely glass-eyed.
I saw a really bad movie about taxidermy the other day that was so boring.
How boring was it?
It would have been more interesting if I saw dust.
Right. I think that's all of the possible taxidermist jokes we could have.
All three.
So what else we've got? Meat pie salesperson. A meat pie salesperson, which is easier to type than it was to say. Off you go.
I saw a really bad movie about meat pie salespeople the other day.
How bad was it?
Honestly, I think Sondheim is just better live.
I saw a really bad movie about a meat pie salesman the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, it's so bad, Wigan go again.
There we go. So, any more?
I saw a really bad movie about meat pie salesman the other day.
How bad was it?
How bad was it?
It put me in my gravy.
I saw a really bad movie about meat pie salesman the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, it was all the subtitles for people who live in the Low Countries, Holland.
I saw a really bad movie about meat pie salesman the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, I won't mince words. It was terrible.
Hey, there we go. All of the people watching from America or basically outside of Greater Manchester did not understand any of the jokes in that round. So let's move on. Let's get another suggestion. Let's go with parachute tester. Off you go.
I went to see a really bad movie about a parachute tester.
How bad was it?
Let's just say it never took off.
Hey!
I saw a really bad movie. Oh, you go for it, Lucas.
Thank you. I saw a really bad movie about a parachute tester the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, the movie died because there were holes in the plot. I
saw a really bad movie about parachute testers the other day.
How bad was it?
My one-word review? More like Geronimo.
I saw a really bad movie about parachute testers the other day.
How bad was it?
I wanted to see it hit the ground running, but instead it just hit the ground.
I saw a really bad movie about parachute testers the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, I had to go on my own because my friend dropped out.
I saw a really bad movie about parachute testers the other day.
How bad was it?
Even the movie stars in it were like, I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Right. Oh, Chris, yours was just very sad. Sorry about that, everyone, that we're trying to cheer up. Let's go for one more. Had this a couple of times because I think they really want the suggestions. So really bad movie about an artist.
I saw a really bad movie about an artist the other day.
How bad was it? Oh, that was a reference to the silent movie, The Artist, for anyone thinking that their computers had stopped working.
I saw a really bad movie about an artist the other day.
How bad was it?
My one-word review, more like Vincent Van No.
I saw a
really
I saw a
bad
really bad
movie.
movie about an artist the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, I was a bit confused because he was formerly called Prince.
I saw a really bad movie about an artist the other day.
How bad was it?
I'll be honest with you, he was looking a bit peaky, the guy. I was thinking, you know what? He's ill. He's ill.
I saw a really bad movie about an artist the other day.
How bad was it?
Well, the actors in it were so bad, they're now canvassing for another job.
Hey,
I saw a
well,
really bad movie about an artist the other day.
How bad was it?
I couldn't see anything because nothing was in frame.
Hey, we'll leave it there. So whilst we just tally up the final scores, I'll just remind you about the donations. If you would like to donate, you're very welcome to do so. Be gratefully received. But we hope you've had a good time and had lots of fun. I saw a really bad movie about an artist the other day.
How bad was it?
Don't go. Don't waste your money.
Hey!
So we are just waiting for these scores to be tallied up, and then we shall announce who won. So the red team were on 8, the blue team were on 5. The scores now are, if someone can do a drum roll at home. The blue team are on 13 points. The red team are on...
Yay!
It's a red team win! So...
It's a fix. It's a
There's
fix.
no limit.
There we go. We hope you've had fun. We've had fun despite technical issues. Just a quick shout out to all and everyone at home for continuing to join us on this mad journey. Quick shout to Dalu. Today is Dalu's first ComedySportz match. It would have been at our theatre, but because all of the theatres are closed, we had to do this, which is weird. So special shout to Dalu for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we're now going to say goodbye to Dalu because unfortunately the blue team lost. Goodbye, Dalu. And then Lucas from the red team. Goodbye, Lucas. And our losing blue team captain, Chris. Goodbye, Chris. And finally, our winning red team captain, it's Kate McCabe. Goodbye, Kate. We hope you've had fun. We are doing another one of these shows tomorrow, 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. ComedySportz teams all over the world are going to be live streaming their shows as well, if they can. So look out for that. We'll post details on our Facebook page and on our website, www.comedysportz.co.uk. And don't forget, if you want to donate, you can. But otherwise, thank you for joining us. Goodbye.